if you are an elected leader, you are not allowed to change your affiliation without losing your position until the final year of your term. So today is 12th May, that's when the final year begins, and I want to announce that, guys, I am no longer FDC. And I intend to write to Parliament of Uganda and the Electoral Commission tomorrow morning to notify them that I have since moved. I am no longer at the old address. Now find me at PFF. I want to thank each one of you for making the journey to Katonga. You should have been welcomed by our leader, our patron, our patriarch, freedom fighter, retired Dr. Kiza Besigye. But all of you know what is taking place in Uganda. Dr. Besigye, who fought for freedom, treated Museveni in his hours of need when they were in Ruwero. That Museveni nearly died in Ruwero. It is Dr. Besigye who was giving him medical attention. He has paid him by jailing him. That's how Museveni pays friends. I salute him. That portrait you see there of Dr. Besigye. Even in his absence, we continue drawing courage and energy from him. And I encourage each one of you to find time to go and say hello to him in the maximum prison. Besigye has been jailed all his life. One time by Milton Obote here at what is Serena Hotel today. That's where he had been kept. Now by Museveni and his son and family. Having made those two important points, I have been asked by PFF. I have told you now I am PFF. That's my new address starting today. So I have no hesitation to speak as a PFF. I want to take you very briefly through the journey and tell you where we are. On August 27th last year, the promoters of People's Front for Freedom submitted to the Electoral Commission a request to reserve the name PFF, colors, symbol, and slogan. The Electoral Commission in reply, as you all may have followed, initially told us that those colors and the names were close and similar to those of existing political groups. We proved them wrong, that actually they have on their register political groups that go almost with similar initials. And these colors, you cannot enlarge them. They were made by the Almighty. Assuming you're going to register 100 parties, maybe we will need to invent new colors, which is not possible. We also reminded the Electoral Commission of their responsibility and duty under the law not to be partisan. On October 2nd, almost a month and a half later, the Electoral Commission accepted to reserve our name, symbol, color, and slogan. Freedom for all. Freedom for all. All for freedom. I am not hearing you. Freedom for all. Freedom for all. This is the V is a sign of victory. We did not invent it in Uganda. You will see it all over the world. So please use it when you want it. This is a victory sign. reserved our color, name, and symbol and slogan, which happened on October 2nd last year. You who are here representing thousands, because under the law you are required to accompany an application for registration by 50 promoters from at least 2/3 of all the districts in Uganda. By simple calculation, you're talking about more than 5,000 people. You were selected to represent the rest. You will go and communicate to them. We have also told the Electoral Commission that there will be a time when we no longer do the briefing, because they are the ones doing the registration. So there will be a day when we will invite all the 5,000 to go to the Electoral Commission and get briefed. But we thought on your behalf we can do this today, and then we give them a few days, then we will be inviting all of you to go to the Electoral Commission. So we embarked on collection of signatures, which we submitted together with the Constitution and the law requires on November 29th, nearly 5-6 months ago. Remember that as we are going through this process, our leader, the leader of the revolution in Uganda, Dr. Kizza Besigye, was kidnapped by Museveni from Nairobi, where he had gone to attend a book launch by the Honorable Martha Karua. Museveni kidnapped him with his son. At the same time, we had 36 of our leaders, you've been hearing them, they now have ranks given to them by Museveni. 36 of our leaders who had gone to Kisumu to attend a mobilization and leadership training were kidnapped again by Museveni and his son and charged with terrorism. Last week, the International Crimes Division of the High Court discharged them from the responsibility of having to periodically report to the court as part of their bail conditions. Since the kidnap from Kisumu, Museveni junta has failed to present any piece of evidence against the 36. That's why the trial hasn't started. Maybe it was never the intention of Museveni that they stand trial. That's why the court said, now you will go, if we need you, we will invite you. And that's how they waste money. Collect taxes from the population, people who are poor, and then waste money buying fuel, buying trucks to begin driving people across borders from prison to court. And then eventually no charge is sustained. And the money that they should be using to offer services to the population, they're just wasting it like that. Even for Dr. Besigye, they don't have evidence. They have now asked court in Nakawa, can we use Besigye's phone to get evidence? Ridiculous. Then why did you arrest him if you had no evidence? For 6 months, Dr. Besigye is in jail. You saw Museveni, because old people don't lie. They have seen, they become sympathetic. When you are an old man at 80 and you are still lying, he said, you want to subject Besigye to a quick trial. When they produced him to court, they said, no, we now want to collect evidence. That's why they want to try him in the military court. These illegal arrests, detentions, kidnapping, have certainly affected our mobilization as a political party. I will continue saying a political party because we are a political party. We are only seeking validation. Before his kidnap, Dr. Besigye and us had planned a nationwide mobilization tour. Maybe that's what scared Museveni and his family. Because we now had to put off these programs to begin committing between Katonga and our homes to courts of law. You are in the court martial, you are in Nakawa, you are at High Court. So this certainly has affected our mobilization. because the freedom of Dr. Besigye and Haj Obed Lutale became urgent, and these other matters were affected by that. Maybe that was the intention. I want to assure you that we will and we shall overcome. So can you all raise up, we sing We Shall Overcome. Program to give you the latest information. Because last week he was at the Electoral Commission. But as the Lord Mayor, who is our acting president, briefed you last week, despite the interference of security, we've fulfilled all the requirements under the law to be a political party. But Honorable Wafula Ogutu will give you the latest. That's the reason we invited you here on behalf of the rest of the promoters to bring you up to speed. Because as we pursue our freedom, the Electoral Commission is also announcing programs center and left. Which programs we will need to engage with, but we thought you needed to be briefed. This desk that you see here, headed by the Honorable Michael Kabaziguruka, I'll ask him to raise up. You see, the Honorable Michael Kabaziguruka is the one who facilitated the dismantling of the military courts. He went to the Constitutional Court, registered the victory there. They appealed to the Supreme Court. He also defeated them from there. So that temporary freedom we have, because tomorrow, Museveni and his son are going to reintroduce the military court through an amendment to the UPDF law. That we've been notified is coming to Parliament tomorrow. But we want to thank the Honorable Mike Kabaziguruka and those who are engaged with this matter. Just emphasize what you already know, that what we are fighting now against and what we are fighting for now is more urgent than it has ever been. Fighting just to continue existing. We live under constant threat of abduction, being abducted by people whose salaries you pay. They go and torture you as they celebrate. If you all saw a tweet from Muhoozi Museveni's son, he said they are going to beat the opposition in the forthcoming election to teach you a lesson that for them the Tutsi. And that's how he wrote it. For them the Tutsi. You cannot play with them. So apart from teaching people how to speak Runyankole, you are now constantly being reminded that you don't play with the Tutsi. And Museveni at 80 is keeping quiet with someone inciting the population. I was charged in court for promoting sectarianism. And my crime is that I had written an article in the newspaper. At that time, all the generals in the military, officers at the rank of a general, were from one village speaking the same language. You had Museveni, Sare, Tinyefuza, Aronda, Tumuine. Uganda at one time had only 5 generals all speaking the same language. Along the way they picked some to balance. I even went to the East African Court of Justice and I reported this sectarianism. And in his reply, later Aronda said it is historical because they are the ones who went to the world to fight. But Aronda was not historical. Now his son has told everybody, you don't play with the Tutsi. They will put you in their basement beat you as they are teaching you to run Runyankole. So we are now fighting just to exist, because those are the threats that we face. So after this meeting, you, the promoters of PFF, go away knowing that that is the task at hand. As you mobilize people, you are not mobilizing them to support anyone. You are mobilizing them to fight for their own existence, because that's what is under threat at the moment. So be energized that because even if you surrender, this election that you are going to go through will not guarantee your existence. You must continue fighting for that existence now, tomorrow, and during those elections. Otherwise, the threat to exterminate you has now been issued loud and clear. So I want to end by thanking all of you for coming here. I will just make a translation and then I invite colleagues from Parliament. Mbebaza nnyo okujja wano ku budde buno obw'okumakya bwe mwali badde nga muli ku mirimu gyammwe. Nsaba mwekubireko mu ngalo. Kwe kubabuulira wa we tutuuse mu kuwandiisa ekibiina kya PFF. Honorable Wafula Ogutu, former leader of opposition, omulimu ogwo yabadde agutambuza ku programu kwali okujja atubuulira exactly wa we tutuuse. Naye mujjukira ntwatandika 27 Ogw'omunaana ne tutwala erinnya ne kala ne sirogani ne simbo mu electoral commission. Ne basooka ne batugamba bifaananamu n'ebyabaala, ne tubalaga ebyabaala ebiri ebifaanana. Ne kala zino zimulaba Katonda yazikola ziggwayo. Tubabuuza oba kati tuddeeyo wa Katonda tusabeyo kala endala kuba ku nsi ziweddeko. Ne bamala ne bagamba nti waaya abasajja kala ate wa Katonda banaagendayo bati. Nnaku z'omwezi nga 2 omwezi gw'Ekkumi ne batugamba musobola ogenda mu maaso kati ne muwandiisa ekibiina. Mmwe abali wano abasinga obungi mwe mwateeka emikono ku foomu y'okuwandiisa PFF. Tubadde tuwuliziganya mpola mpola naye twalowoozezza nti ku lw'abaala bonna abaateekako emikono tubayite tubannyonnyole. Bwe muddayo mubabuulire wa we tutuuse. Naye teriyo kutya. Tuli mu kumaliriza kati bumaliriza. Ekyo tumwali kikubiddeko mu ngalo. Omulimu guno okufaanana n'emirimu emirala gubadde muzibu. Tuba tuli wakati waagwo. Omulwanirizi w'eddembe Dr. Kizza Besigye n'awambibwa okuva e Nairobi. Museveni yamuwamba. Kitabandi kino kitandika okujaganya nga kiyita ku Twitter nti tuwambye Besigye. Okuva olwo Besigye ali mu kkomera kati emyezi giweze 6. Naye okumuteekawo awo abasinga obungi Besigye oyo alinganga baatule kwe tukyaginga amaanyi nga tugenda okulwana. Ne bw'aba taliiwaawo n'olaba Kasimayiro ako amaanyi gakuddamu n'ogaa tugende tulwanirira emirembe. Besigye nga mulenzi muto yakamala okusoma baamuwa omulimu e Nairobi mu Aga Khan, musawo mutendeke. Eyo gye yava Obote n'amusiba ne yegatta ne Museveni mu nsiko balwanyisa Obote. Era mu nsiko Besigye yakolayo emirimu mingi naye ogwali gusinga obukulu kujjanjaba abantu. Oyo Museveni yali afiiridde mu nsiko oyo gwe mulaba. Naye kati ate eyamujjanjaba n'awona amusasula mu kumusiba na kumwewerera kumutta. Bw'atyo Museveni bw'asasula mikwano gye era mbasaasira bano abapya abali mu kutinkiza naye, bw'atyo bw'asasula abantu abamubeereddewo. Era nga tuwandiisa PFF eno, bamemba baffe 36 ab'Ekisumu mujje wano abaliwo ttiimu kuva e Kisumu. Honorable Nzou, Honorable Ottoman, we welcome you. Bano be bamu ku baliwo bano bali Kisumu nga basoma byabufuzi era bano ndowooza tikuli yadde ati nze nakola mukyaka manye mondo naye bano bwe mulaba tikuli ndowooza amanyi ne triga weeri Museveni n'abakwata n'abavunaana terrorism obutujju ne babeera mukomera. Kati wiiki ewedde kooti n'egamba nti gavumenti tenaakufuna bujulizi bwa kubawozesa mugira mugenzi bw'eri bufuna tuli bayita bano be mulaba wano mbakubireko mu ngalo naye nga babasibye baali kitali eyo babavuga sitole yaabwe baagibabuulira ne babaleeta ku biroole babalinnyeko ku mitwe babasamba baatuuka wana bamu nga tebasobola yadde kufuuyisa naye nga babakuba bwe beewaana nga bwe mulaba era bye bakola ennaku zino musobola okuddayo